Judging by the number of cameras he's planted, he's planning to make a decision within a short period of time. Any normal person would slip under these circumstances, but it won't be that easy with me, L. This is the closest you'll get!
Law 14. Work as a friend, pose as a spy. Part 2. The videos are interchangeable, so it doesn't matter which part you watch first. Knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. In polite social encounters, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and intentions. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. 1. Watch them around their families to get an idea on who they really are. If you want to learn more about a person, watch them in their natural habitat, the way you would observe a lion or a gazelle in the jungle. When you sit around at your home, in your room, in your bed, that facade, the image you're trying to portray to people, simply drops because you are comfortable. L used this with Light by keeping surveillance on him at home to see his unfiltered reactions and habits. Of course, it backfired because Light knew he was watching him, so he stayed a step ahead. People are most comfortable around the people they care about. One of the reasons why you love your family is because you don't have to pretend around them. You still play the role of the kid or wife or brother, but your guard is mostly down. Treat their family well, and people are more likely to warm up to you. Don't be tricked by their momentary frustrations they might share with you about their brother or wife. It is a trap, an unconscious one or conscious one. Never badmouth a person's family. If your girlfriend's brother hurts her feelings, make sure to play the devil's advocate and even make excuses for him. Validate her feelings and stay partial or stay away from it. She will remember your criticism of her family, no matter how harmless it may seem. Realize that how people behave around the people they don't need is also not an indication on who they are as a person. Number 2. Put the person's staff on your payroll. When they're not spending time around family, they are around their staff. A person's staff might be a maid, the driver, the concierge, the gardener, the secretary, the intern, or just their colleagues and gatekeepers in general. They will help you keep an eye on their comings and goings, changes in taste, sources of power, and social dynamics. Pick someone who has a motive or personality that goes well with spying. Someone desperate who needs the money and might have no choice but to accept your offer. Do you have a leverage on someone there? Are they greedy? Materialistic? Do they have personal grudges against the person? Have they been victimized in somehow? Spies are expensive, so make sure to pay them well. Intel is of course priceless. The best spies are shameless, dim and adaptable. Shameless because they have to be good at lying. Dim to be discreet and know how to cover their tracks. Adaptable to know how to deal with different circumstances like getting caught. Both L and Light use this in the Yotsuba arc by infiltrating the group, flipping its members, and thus getting closer to the new Kira. They gain leverage on multiple partners and use the leverage appropriately to create double agents. If you manage to get hold of a spy that is working with the competition, make sure to pay them more for best results. Don't rely too much on your leverage and push them over the edge. Kindness and respect are important to all humans, even spies. Number 3. Share a secret or false confession. I mentioned this in my other videos, but I choose to repeat it because it's important to this law. Reciprocity is the most potent weapon of persuasion and trust-based influence. People will feel inclined to share back if you give them something to nibble on, something that seems genuine or vulnerable. A vulnerable statement, an embarrassing story, a hidden secret is sufficient for this. By sharing a secret, you can test their character as well. Fabricate a secret specifically for the occasion that would only link back to them if it gets out. You never know, they might show a sign of good character or something that will make you want to pursue a different approach with them. A real friendship even, God forbid. Number 4. Organize social gatherings to collect data. Parties, ceremonies, birthdays, events, and so on. It's a great way to expose yourself to many people at the same time, and to notice how they interact with each other. This is how power is accumulated. What do we know about human nature? Individuals are smart, and groups are dumb. Put a group of people in the same place and they will forget themselves and start acting like hooligans. It almost puts them in a trance of sorts, susceptible to your influence, especially if you project their shared values and inner anger. Introduce them to booze and they will take care of the rest. Competitive in nature, they will seek to one-up each other with stories and drinking prowess, playing intense games that are designed to be fun but brings up their monstrous and competitive nature. Keep your ears open and your mind working. Trigger their envy and jealousy by subtly comparing them to others. Talk about someone's accomplishments and watch them try to prove themselves. I want to make a special video on group dynamics in the future that will explore these ideas even more. Number 5. How to protect yourself against this law. Characters like Light and L utilize many tricks to combat such law. They can use misdirection by using false info to divert attention off the real plans and activities. They can use decoys of fake operations and targets. Some psychopaths and bad people might even plant false evidence, even like a fake file or documentation. They also might just feign ignorance and play dumb to stay 2 steps ahead, or send their own spies as a form of counterintelligence. Digitally, you might want to use secure communication channels. Avoid sharing sensitive information online or over the phone. You can use strong passwords and 2-factor authentication. And most importantly, you stay up to date on the latest security threats and the best practices. The use of spies is important for many reasons beyond just collecting data on the competition. It will make you seem charming, trustworthy, someone who naturally and organically understands people. Your maneuvers will seem effortless, your source of power will be undetectable, like an oracle. With a third eye, your competition will grow intimidated and demoralized. Shameless plug time. I made a special notebook on people watching that will help you understand others better and collect data to improve people's life and thus improve yours by proxy. Protect yourself against the competition and deal with your enemies as well as improve the lives of your friends. All this can be achieved by making an effort to be curious and filling the boxes in the Eye of Horus notebook. It was inspired by Death Note. Now that you know the importance of spies, do you know how to catch them? Watch this video over here or watch part 1 of this topic over here if you haven't already. I'll see you there.